I just want all of you to first, your opening comments on what the Madras High Court has said, because, every channel must have done this, but the South Indian show has done it from the day it broke, and every day different aspects of this case which smelt of atrocities and brutality from the word go. May I request Tilakavadi ma'am to first please take this question, your opening comments on what the Madras High Court said, that B. Ajith Kumar's death was indeed because of custodial torture. All right, I think there is some problem with her connection. Let me go to Henry sir. Henry sir, you've been a lawyer for the victim as well, for the deceased, you and Maurice Kumar. I want you to please take our viewers through what happened when the Madras High Court observed that this death is indeed custodial death and nothing less or nothing more than that.
Well, Sudha, good evening. This is a matter that was handled by the court on the 1st of July. And on the 1st of July, the court was pleased to appoint a judge, sitting judge, district judge of the Madurai District Court to inquire into the matter and submit a report about what had taken place before today. And the case was posted today. The district judge submitted his report today. But before the district judge's report was read, the additional advocate general provided a status report to the court and clearly stated that on the 1st of July, the government of Tamil Nadu had transferred this case, had given its consent for the case to be transferred formally to the CBI. They wanted to remain independent because their own police force was involved in this brutal act, and therefore it was they had no objections to it being transferred to the CBI. I myself was not for the CBI, for the records of the CBI here, both in the Satangulam case as well as the Sterlite prosecution. But then it was the court's order, and therefore it has gone to the CBI, but with a very important rider that the CBI has to complete its investigation before the 20th of August 2020. They've been given exactly 1 month and 10 days extra for all their formalities to be completed. The court has also directed that the Witness Protection Scheme 2018 is provided to all those who have deposed, and was careful enough to also include that the principle of command and responsibility will be followed to ensure that only constables do not get hanged up. It is also senior officers of the rank of Inspector, DSP and above who, if evidence shows, would also be pulled up. We have now also asked for compensation, and the court has posted it after 2 weeks on the question of compensation alone. So this is the state of affairs. This is a brutal case of torture, but because of an independent report by a district judge, where all these victims of torture, many of them, it is not only the deceased Ajith Kumar, but all others who have deposed extensively on what has happened.
Right. B.S. Ajith, let me bring you in. B.S. Ajith, I want to ask you, why is the record, so far as custodial torture and deaths are concerned, in Tamil Nadu so dismal? I mean, I'm going to read you out the statistics. This is judicial magisterial inquiries between 2017 and 21, 39. Police arrested 0, police charge sheeted 0, police convicted 0. If you take the case of even the Lokniti report, B.S. Ajith, it has come to the fore that nearly 90% of the cops feel that interrogation in this fashion using brutality is essential. It's almost normalizing. It's almost humanizing. What is dehumanizing, Ajith? Now, on the one hand, we have this, and people like Henry sir has time and again highlighted these cases, and so have you, Ajith. But why is it that the needle does not seem to move at all? Also, Binix and Jairaj's case, Santanakulam, which I had, extensively covered. I mean, that bleeding dhoti and those cries of torture, no one can ever forget. You can get goosebumps thinking about it even as I'm sitting here. Ajith, what is the reason for Tamil Nadu's dismal record, as it were?
Yeah, I feel this is the impunity with which the state works. This is not only the case of Tamil Nadu. I feel this is entire India. This is what is happening. And I feel that the problem of impunity comes from the lawlessness in the entire country, which we call ourselves biggest democratic country in the world. When we don't sign the UN's CAT, that is Convention Against Torture, when we only sign, we don't ratify it, we don't bring it as a national law and the local law, then there is no question. And every state, every authority, every political party who comes to the power, they think that they have to protect the police, not the people. Because once when we speak to the top officials, they very clearly say that the morale of the police will go down. So they always protect. And the state every time they are here to protect them. That is what we can see, that the convictions are dismal and abysmally low, and it is very frustrating. And even in 2021 August, CJI, none less than CJI of India, just as NV Ramana said, that this police station custodial torture and custodial deaths, it's happening continuously, and the police stations pose the highest threat to the human rights and dignity, because it is still prevailing notwithstanding the constitutional guarantees. See, when a CJI of a country could speak about the custodial torture and deaths in India, that is what is also part of India is Tamil Nadu,
All
and we
right.
don't find anything different.
All right. G. Tilakavadi is back with us, former DGP, Tamil Nadu. Ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am? Tilakavadi, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah. Tilakavadi, ma'am,
Hello.
good to have you on the show, ma'am. Thank you for making the time. You know, the entire thing about, when the Chief Minister said that I'm going to transfer the case to the Central Bureau of Investigation and not really keep it limited to the CBCID, because then there will be that, there could be a perception that we are not doing what is called due diligence. I just don't understand. That itself smacks somewhere of bias, because this case, as it were, the Madras High Court now saying clearly that B. Ajith Kumar death was due to custodial torture. I would add to say it's a murder in custody. I want to ask you that there is this bias. Don't you think, Ms. Tilakavadi, that there seems to be something very, very rotten in the state of Tamil Nadu, ma'am, when it comes to the relationship between politicians and the police?
Not exactly. I won't subscribe to your views.
Okay.
But still, it is very sad and unfortunate that this Tiriponam case has happened, and Ajith Kumar has to lose his life. And as Justice S.M. Subramaniam said, what we have to protect his life. The system itself has killed him. It is a very sad state of affairs. So that is how I look at it.
Very sad state of affairs indeed, ma'am, because there are not just one case. Like Henry sir has fought for this, and we've done a lot of stories. Everyone is witness to it. Santankulam is something, and this is, notwithstanding which political party is in power, as it were. I mean, we had a case of Ramesh a couple of days ago. We had a case of Vicky also a couple of days ago. Henry sir is raising his hand. Please, sir, go ahead.
I specifically asked in court today, keeping people like former DGP Madam Tilakavadi in mind, and said there are officers in the state who can do investigation independently, and this case is not a case fit to be sent to the CBI. Madam Tilakavadi has investigated herself a case of custodial rape and charge sheeted in 30 days, 30 days. So these are possible today, but unfortunately, it is handed over to the CBI. And it is important also to point out that since you're talking about figures of custodial deaths, 20,000 custodial deaths have been reported to the NHRC between 2017 and 24. Of them, only 998 has ended in compensation being paid. Only 28 have ended in disciplinary action being initiated, and zero, and I say the same, zero prosecutions recommended. So I think institutions, not only courts, but also institutions like the National Human Rights Commission need to buck up and ensure that a lot of it has to change from within the system.
Right. Henry sir, I also want to kind of trace back the genesis of this case. Look at it. Number one, Nikita, who has a very dubious past as it were. I'm not apportioning blame or sitting on judgment. It is for the law enforcement to talk about it. Was it a theft? Was it not a theft? Who is she? She's got past cases. But someone may turn around and say, but hey, that does not mean that she's someone who's guilty here. Also, the DGP and the SP, their role with such swiftness, they say, tell the special force to go and treat deceased Ajith Kumar well. The role of the top cops as well. Henry sir, don't you think the role of these principal characters, Nikita, then the SP and the DGP, they are all under the scanner? Would you say because somewhere, who knows, Ajith Kumar may have been alive if these people had not actually, overreacted or been more loyal than the king, as it were, Henry sir.
Let me also clarify through your program that the FIR in crime number 302 of 2025, which is the theft case, has also been handed over to the CBI today. So the case that Nikita initiated, and I don't want to pass any comments about the lady. She's got a right to file a complaint, but her complaint will also be investigated by the CBI. Is the court order today, this morning, number one. That I think is extremely important. The court order also mentions that the CBI will look into the principle of command and responsibility. So your concern about higher officials is to be looked into by the CBI, particularly of the inspector who handed over custody of Ajith Kumar to the special team, the DSP whose special team was investigating, and other police higher ups, both within the district as well as above the firewall in Chennai. I think all this will come under the CBI scan, and I think it's up to the CBI now. The ball is in their court to investigate and find out who gave the command, and those who gave the command are also responsible to face the consequences.
Well said. Absolutely. Ajitha ma'am, I want to come to you. Ajitha, tell me something. I know that when you are fighting for these cases, maybe you know this by heart, you memorize it. But in this case, Ajith's case, the most horrible, horrific proof for lay people like us was the post-mortem report. The amount of cruelty, it is not just a blow here and a blow there. It is repeatedly. Also the jab in the abdomen, which some doctors say could have, I had a forensic expert, Ajitha, and he said it could be fatal. Also skull, also forehead, also head, also elbow, genitals, knees, arms, legs, you name it. I mean, both external and internal. There were so many aberrations apparently. Ajitha, don't you think that the post-mortem report which came out is one of the most important documents in this case, which would have helped the Honorable Court to come to the conclusion? Yes, indeed. It's a custodial.
Yes, of course. Of course, yes. That is the most important and clinching piece of evidence, because when we speak the truth, the courts wouldn't listen to us just simply what we speak. But they would like to go to the document, and it has to be corroborated by so many other things. When the evidentiary value of a forensic report, which is the autopsy report, that is the postmortem report, speaks volumes about the torture and the treatment, inhuman, degrading treatment that Ajith Kumar would have faced before he lost his life. So the amount of torture, that is what is most agonizing over here, because it is not one injury. As you said, it is from top to the bottom, from head to toe. No parts left, no single part of the body is left. And 44 injuries, externally and internally. And internal injuries, we can't even really find out. And also, even without external injuries, in many cases where we see in the Vignesh case and other cases, there could be heavy protein that could be released into the blood when the internal injuries have taking place, and the body is protecting its own system, and that more of protein get collected in the kidney, and immediately they die of kidney failure how Satankulam victims of Benix and Jairaj did. So in this case, not only internal injuries, external, I'm only able to, I'm not able to even understand the mindset of the police officials who has caused those injuries, how they can be so inhuman to a fellow human being. So they are trained, or are they are walking with impunity? They know that they can get away with it. Really, all these things are putting a big questions on us more than answers.
Yeah,
So
Ajita, even I was
really,
thinking
we
the
want this.
same thing, and let me go to Tilakavadi ma'am. Tilakavadi ma'am, you know, interrogating is fine, that comes with the job, as it were. But this kind of cruelty, I mean, I've only seen films where you are so frustrated due to whatever reasons you may have, that you just beat a human being in the most inhuman fashion, and you are not satisfied unless that person is bleeding from various parts of his body and falls down completely helpless. This kind of cruelty is inhuman. The police is here in their khakis to protect us. But if they become like this, they became the ones who are actually attacking the other person, then what's the point of having a police force at all? Don't you think that the Tamil Nadu police really needs to kind of have some lessons in how to be humane, madam?
Whatever you say is right, but then let us not throw the baby with the bathwater. And here we have to be very specific as to who are the offenders and who did it. I mean, as I look at it, it is the 6 constables who are in the special team who are handling Ajith and interrogating him. And they have done this inhuman thing, and they will face the music for that. And as this Bennington, this George, that case in Tuticorin, it still haunts the memory of Tamil Nadu. But in spite of that, this Tiruponnam police chose to do this is very unsatisfactory. It is very unfortunate. And I am surprised that this particular team, which calls itself a special team, is not having an officer of even the sub-inspector's rank to guide them. And it is all manned by constables. So there is no one to call halt. So they went on and caused almost 50 injuries on this poor Ajith Kumar, and which has led to this kind of this unfortunate
Good
death
point. Yeah,
of this
very
young
good
man.
point indeed. Yeah, now you say they are all constables, but the thing is that the order came right from the top, ma'am. They said treat Ajith Kumar well, you know, so that is what maybe it is to satisfy the forces, the voice which gave the command that these constables decide that we will do due diligence because we've been asked to do due diligence. And they can't think
This
beyond
is,
it.
I mean, the top means there's the present officer DGP, Shankar Jewal, is one of the finest officers that we have. But they said that some revenue officer from the center is supposed to have called. That is what, as the grapevine goes, it has to be looked into. And the pity is that normally Tamil Nadu police takes a lot of pride in itself, and they will not easily allow the CBI to take over any case from them. And now they are coming forward to hand over the case voluntarily to this CBI. That itself is not a welcome thing.
Okay, Henry sir, I mean, I want to talk to you about this. I mean, it came from from Mr. Rawat and also from another top DGP. I mean, someone who called, and today isn't the court looking at their role as well to see that, you know, like ma'am said, Tilakavadi ma'am said, these are constables, maybe they cannot think beyond point A. But the point is, don't you think the minute they get this, they just start assaulting someone because they want to prove how loyal they are? Henry sir.
No, I want to support what Madam Tilakavadi said. In fact, in court, despite the order of the government transferring this to the CBI, till the end tried to put up to the court that this is a matter not for the CBI, this is a matter for very, very well-trained officers who still exist within the police force in Tamil Nadu, not only at the top but also at the bottom, to do this investigation. But anyhow, the job had been done by the government, and the government was very, very particular to hand it over to the CBI. But we have now ensured that the principle of command and responsibility will follow, and we hope through investigation that if there are links that have to be exposed, that will be exposed. We will stand with the witnesses. We hope witness protection that has been assured to us will be provided. We hope the compensation that has to be gone to the people will be given. Don't forget, it is Ajith Kumar, he lost his life. But together with Ajith Kumar exists Arun, who is in hospital now. Exists Praveen, who is not able to hear in his left ear because of the bashing he got. He was the person who had to buy the chili powder and give it to the police. So this will continue, and our monitoring will also continue.